Hey everyone! In chapter 2 of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki dives into something that we often overlook: financial literacy. It's not just about earning money, it's about understanding it. Most of us were taught to work hard, save, and maybe invest a little. And how many of us really know the difference between assets and liabilities? Or how to make money truly work for us? In this chapter, Kiyosaki explains why knowing these basics can change your entire approach to wealth. And today, I'll just share not just what the book says, but also what I understood from that in my own words. So let's dive into the chapter 2: Why Teach Financial Literacy. So here's what hit me first. Most people spend their lives buying things they think wealth, but they really are liabilities. For example, a house. Most of us think owning a house makes me rich, right? But Kiyosaki explains, if that house costs more than it earns you, if it drains money from your maintenance, taxes, or even loan payments, it's actually a liability, not an asset. As asset is something that puts money in your pocket. It could be an investment, it could be a rental property, a business that generates income, or stocks that pay dividends. When I read this, I realized how easily we can get trapped thinking we are building wealth when we are actually just spending money on things that take it away. This chapter made me ask myself, what in my life is actually an asset? What am I treating like an asset, but it is really a liability? How can I start focusing on building things that produce income rather than just things that give comfort or status? That shift in thinking from I need to earn and spend to I need to build and acquire assets is what this chapter really drives home. Robert emphasizes that school teaches how to work for money, but they do not teach us how money works. He says financial education is about understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, learning to manage cash flow, and knowing how to invest wisely. When I read this, I realized how much of our financial stress comes from ignorance, not lack of income. So, most people can earn more money over time, but somehow never feel rich because they keep buying liabilities. For me, this was a wake up call. It wasn't enough to earn a paycheck or get promotions. I needed to learn how money flows, how to make it work for me, and how to control my financial future. This is where the chapter gets practical. Kiyosaki asks us to look at our own finance honestly. He says the rich buy assets, the poor and middle class buy liabilities thinking that they are assets. I started thinking about my own purchases, a car, maybe a gadget, even some subscription, and realized many things I thought they were making life better were actually money traps, draining resources instead of creating income. The chapter taught me to track cash flow and ask, does this put money into my pocket? In that case, it is an asset. The second one, does this take money out? This is liability. Once I understood this, I saw why financial literacy is so powerful. It changes decision before you even spend a rupee. The real power of chapter 2 is the mindset shift. It's not about just knowing assets and liabilities. It's thinking like the rich. The rich focus on building assets first, controlling cash flow and creating long-term wealth. The poor and the middle class often focus on income, working for paychecks, and accumulating things that look like wealth but that aren't. When I read this, I reflected on my own habits. I realized that my mindset was often reactive. I spent money on comforts thinking that I was wealthy while neglecting assets that could have earned for me. Financial literacy, Robert says, is the key to freedom. Not learning it keeps you in a cycle of working hard but never truly being able to be free. For me, the main lesson of this chapter is simple but powerful. It's not how much you earn, it's what you do with that matters. I understood the real financial education isn't just for accountants or investors, it's for anyone who wants financial freedom. It's about understanding assets, liabilities, cash flow, and how money works. So you can make decisions that build long term wealth rather than being trapped by the rat race. After reading this chapter, I started asking myself daily the following questions: am I buying an asset or a liability? Does this move me closer to freedom? How can I make my money work for me instead of the other way around? And that's why chapter 2 isn't just a lesson from the book, it's a life lesson. It's about taking control of your financial future, starting with what you know and understand, not just how hard you work.